as mobility diminishes on a given play, then you'll pick up where he is with that great decision-making. With the mind he's got, I take offense with any serious projected criticism about his accuracy. He can get the ball within the circumference of where receivers can catch it. They need to help. Now, we are joined by FS1 NFL analyst Eric Dickerson. Eric, do you believe that Dak is just a bus driver?
Absolutely not. Let's first of all, let's start with this. He plays for the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys. Everyone, you play for the Cowboys, expect you to be great. I'll give you an example. If you're an 11-year-old kid, 11-year-old child, you're 6'1", but you're 11 years old. You have he's 6'1".
Yeah.
But he's but they expect, because you're so tall, they have these expectations. It's the same thing with being a quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. People expect him to be all this, all that, you know. But I look at the Dallas Cowboys. They have really no receivers. They got Allen Hurns, Michael Gallup, Tavon Austin. I mean,
Tavon's gone now. He's gone.
Okay.
He's on. It sounds like they're going to put him on IR.
When I look at that, it almost reminds me of the 2016 Rams. The defense is playing good, but the offense is playing horrible. And I really believe that no one wants to say Jason Garrett, but I look at Jason Garrett and I look at the offensive coordinator, Scott Linehan. You have to look at that. If you would put Jared Goff and Carson Wentz in that same situation, they're 3-year quarterbacks. They're third year. They came out about the same time. How do you think they would fare? I'm going to ask you, how do you think they would fare? In the same thing with the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, I saw Carson his rookie year. He struggled.
But in this situation.
Yeah, but I'm saying where he didn't have receivers and he didn't have a Zeke, he didn't have the offensive line like they have now. As a quarterback in a league that's built for you to succeed throwing the football, you need weapons.
Exactly.
And that's Jerry's fault that he hasn't given them a weapon. He took Dez away. He said, I believe we're better without Dez. But you got to replace it with something. Allen Hurns wasn't the answer.
No.
And I can say the number one guy is Cole Beasley. I mean, I like Cole. Cole is an SMU guy, but he's not a number one. He's not a number one receiver. I mean, he's just not.
He's 5'8", 175.
When you look at even losing Jason Witten, you might think you could outrun Jason Witten. You really can't. But losing Jason Witten, that was big, and it's showing.
He was the chain mover.
He's the guy that could move the chains. The offensive line is not that same Dallas Cowboy offensive line that we've seen. They've been injured. You know, they've been trades. So it's not that same team. So you can't put all the blame on Dak. I'll tell you this, if you would put Dak in the open market, I guarantee you, he would get one of those big contracts. Look at Kirk Cousins. I mean,
he ain't first cousin now. First cousin.
He would get a big contract. He really would. Yeah. So is he a bus driver now?
Every time Dak and Kirk squared off.
He had the better team.
Dak beat him all 4 times.
Team.
Dak was 4-0. 4-0. And on Kirk's best night, on Thanksgiving night, Dak's rookie year, it's his first year playing quarterback in Dallas, Texas. What happened in that game? Remember that game?
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins threw a big party. What did he throw for? Like
452.
452. I think it was even more than that, wasn't it?
No,
and Dak goes 4 for 4 in the red zone because he's not a bus driver. He is a playmaker, and he will make them with his legs as well as his arm. That's why my favorite quarterback stat is QBR, and it always says Dak is really good, and he was great his rookie year because he was first all year in QBR till the last game, and he dropped to third because they had already clinched. And then last year, through 8 games, through the Kansas City game at home, Dak Prescott had the second best QBR. He had so far in his career 9 3-touchdown games. You can't game manage and throw 3 touchdown passes 9 times in games. You can't do it against Aaron Rodgers in a playoff game as a rookie, throw for 302 and 3 touchdowns. Okay, he lost to 2.
Got to beat it.
Okay, he lost to a 56-yard and a 51-yard field goal.
No, he lost to the Green Bay Packers, led by Aaron Rodgers.
But he did.
So now
he played a great game. But he played a great game. He played a great football game.
A great football game. You can't game manage and throw for 302. You just can't.
We don't chronicle that.
No, we don't.
We chronicle wins and losses. Did your team win or did they lose?
Okay, so after game number 8 last year, Zeke finally got suspended. After that, hung over them like a dark cloud the whole year.
That's your time to show you're not a game manager.
Oh,
okay,
really?
then what do you do?
Okay, and Dez Bryant was a liability, according to the Hall of Famer across a liability.
Yes.
So that's all he had was, I got to throw it to 88, and 88 led the NFL in drop passes last year. And it was a disaster. From that point on, there's no Sean Lee on defense, there's no Zeke on offense, and they just fell all apart. And Dak admitted when the year was over, I was just trying too hard. I was trying everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you're trying to do something.
Yep.
See, here's the thing. This is the way I look at stuff, ED.
Okay.
I don't worry about things I can't control, but the things I can control, I don't worry about because I can control them. Okay, Dak, you can't control who you got out there. If you what Skip Bayless and Eric Dickerson and Jerry Jone say you are, go get it done. Because Tom Brady did it. Tom Brady, you told me Tom Brady wasn't a game manager that second Super Bowl.
Yep.
He didn't have no Randy Mossy. He didn't have no Julio Jones and no Antonio Brown.
So that was his third year, right?
This is his third year.
Wait. That was actually Tom Brady's fourth year in the National Football League. So this is Dak's third year of starting and third year in the league. So maybe, as you said earlier, maybe we should give him a little time.
Oh, I've been trying to tell you that for the longest, but you wanted to be Aaron Rodgers tomorrow. He's not.
All I know is that through his first two seasons, Dak Prescott's football team that he quarterbacked was 12-4 on the road. Think about that. They were 12-4 in his first 2 years.
Yeah.
That was second in the National Football League in road record to New England. It was tied with Pittsburgh. So it was really, really good. And this year, inexplicably to me, they're 3-0 at home for the first time in the history of Jerry World, and they're 0-3 on the road.
Right.
So I can't figure it because I think they can't figure it. But they've played not to lose tentatively, indecisively on the road, starting with the quarterback. But he doesn't have weapons. He holds the ball too long, waiting for somebody to separate, and they're not going to separate. So what did I say? I kept pounding this table. Unleash him. Let him run. Let him run read options, roll him out, bootleg him, quarterback draws. Let him throw it on the run because he's deadly accurate on the run.
He is accurate.
Eddie, you rode the school bus coming up, didn't you?
Yeah.
The best thing the school bus driver could do was what? Get you to and from school safely. That's all you wanted him to do. That's all your mama wanted him to do, ED.
So you're comparing Dak Prescott to a school bus
driver. Come on, man. Come on.
They're like amateurs. They're volunteers.
They're volunteers, right?
But let me ask you a question.
Is Dak get
Hold on.
Maybe he doesn't get paid.
Let me ask you this: if they get you if they get your child to and from home safely, if Dak Prescott gets them to and from Atlanta safely, are you upset that he's a school bus driver?
No, you're not upset.
Okay, then. What are we talking about? Ben Roethlisberger, first Super Bowl, school bus driver. Tom Brady, first Super Bowl win, school bus driver. But now all of a sudden, with Dak Prescott, we need him to be Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady right now.
But what did I just say? He plays for the Dallas Cowboys. I said if I have one knock on Dak, and it's a small knock, is that in college, you know, this is open in college. In the pros, that's open.
Yes.
That's open. Even that's open. You have to get it in there. I mean, and I think he's accurate. I like his accuracy. Even when he's running, when I saw him first play here in L.A. During the preseason.
I remember it well.
Man,
you were on the sideline.
I'm like, my God, who is this guy? I mean, he throws like Warren Moon. That's exactly what I thought he throws the football like.
That's a good comparison.
So, I mean, I really like it.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. You gonna put me out? Don't put me out.
You don't Warren Moon. You don't Warren Moon.
Are you trying to bump him out of the hall?
Yeah, I mean, he keep comparing Dak Prescott to Warren. Skip, you've heard myself and guys like Troy Aikman who study the game for a living. They look at quarterback. He said Dak hasn't been accurate. He hadn't been consistent
on the road. He has not been accurate.
But now you can't go 8-8.
Okay, but he's thrown 4 interceptions on the road, and guess what? All 4 hit the receiver in the hands, hit them somewhere in a catchable place.
Well, let me ask you a question. They don't put interceptions on the receiver's resume. That goes on the quarterback's resume.
But in a sense, it's not the quarterback's fault. It's like if I hit you in the chest and the ball pop up, hit you right in the chest. Then is it my fault? But that's the question.
Yeah, there you go. But let me ask you a question. But when you check the ball down and I go 90 yards, you get credit for a 90 yards. They make it seem like you threw the ball 90 yards.
I agree with that too.
You know what you want? What you want Skip Bayless to happen? You want Dak to have no responsibility, no accountability in the blame game, but you want to put it on the receiver.
No, I want you to give him an ounce of credit.
I give him credit. He's a very quality. He got an A rating. I would recommend him to another school bus.
So do you realize? Wait a second. You are calling Dak Prescott a school bus driver when his offense just threw up 40 points on the #1 ranked defense in pro football, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
183 yards.
But you know what? It's not always in the stats. You know that. You know that's what. You know that's what. It's not. But it's not always in the stats, and you know that. But you may throw for 600 yards passing, but he had 8 interceptions.
But
it's not about
in a league that's set up for the quarterback and the offenses to succeed. In 2018, Dak Prescott is playing football like in the 1990s. You know how we played it. You ran the football. You threw the ball on third down. Dak's doing that right now, Skip.
Is that Dak's fault? Is Dak calling them plays?
I know. I'm just see, you go.
I'm just asking questions.
He's a playmaker, not a bus driver. That's what he makes all kinds of little big plays. He drove the ball on Jacksonville in the first half 4 times for 3 touchdowns and a field goal, and it was 24-0 at half. How hard is that to do? Sustain drives against that defense.
Well, clearly not that hard because that defense is not what it used to be.
Oh.
Skip, I grew up on a farm.
Now it's a fluke.
Did you grow up on a farm?
No, I didn't grow up on a farm.
I grew up on a farm, Skip. And I was a little bitty boy, and I saw my uncles and my brother and everybody doing and I was little, like 5, 6 years old. And I was like, Papa, I want to do that. He said, boy, you're not ready yet.
You're not ready?
Skip, look over to your right, Skip Bayless.
No.
But you still call him a bus driver. Let me ask you. I'm going to give you some stats. I'm on a quarterback in the National Football League. All right, this is about his third year. 2,800 yards, 18 touchdowns, 12 interceptions.
Yeah.
Next year, 3,600 yards, 23 touchdowns, 12 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
The next year, 3,700 yards, 28 touchdowns, 14 interceptions.
Yeah.
Who was that quarterback? Who was that quarterback?
Sounds like Carson Wentz to me.
Who that sound?
Dang, Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz with 33 and 7.
Who is that, you think? Just give me, them just average, okay stats. Just average. Who you think it is?
John Elway.
No. Tom
Brady.
Tom Brady. 3 Super Bowl. He won for 3. Dak is right. His stats are just as good, if not better, than the first 3 years.
So that's what I'm saying. Tom Brady was a bus driver to begin with.
All right, guys, moving on from the bus driver conversation.
Bus driver, you keep putting a T on it like bust driver, right?
No, you know what you do. Stop trying to parse my words.
I'm putting you on the hot seat. Who wins at Washington, Dallas or Washington?
Cowboys.
You're picking Wait, you're picking the bus driver?
I ain't taking check down, Alex. I told you I'm done with him.
Bus driver, which shows you're exposed.
I'm gonna say the score be 24-20 Cowboys.
Oh.
The bus driver's going to score 24.
Wow.
All right.
No,
I agree.
Zeke. Remember last year, Zeke in the rain ran for $150 and Dak threw for 80. You remember that, Skip Bayless?
Pouring rain. You couldn't even hold on to the football.
So not quarterback can't throw the ball.
Well, go look at Kirk Cousins.
Moving on from the bus driver conversation. At their peak, who's the better running back, Adrian Peterson or Ezekiel Elliott?
For real?
Discuss that next.
No, it's not no good question.
Good question.
That's a great question.